Welcome back, guys. This is Four Corners of the Galley Sports and Jackets, and this is our NFL recap for Week 5. I know that's the end of this hand, so we'll see what we do next week. All right. So, Week 5. This week we got a couple of teams on bye. We got the Redskins, the Broncos, the Falcons, and the Saints all on a bye. They basically get to hang out at home. I don't know if you follow on Twitter. Mr. Kirk Cousins put a cool little picture out with his newborn daughter, it looked like, and that was cute. But yeah, all right, let's move on to the games. So Thursday night we kick it off with the New England Patriots taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it was a pretty good game. But yeah, I mean, went a couple of different ways. Game was a little competitive. We got 19-14 Patriots. Tom Brady's defense came to show. The Tampa Bay kicker, I don't know what happened there. I think we actually have some live footage of some of the tryouts for the new kicker for the Tampa Bay. Hold on. Some of that footage right there? It's pretty much how it went. Yeah, this was it's pretty much a pretty ugly game because Tampa Bay should have won or at least been a lot closer if they had those field goals that they missed, about the 4 of them, and they lost on the forced play at the end. But what you going to do? All right, moving on. Now let's move on to Sunday. Sunday, we kick off the week in Detroit, where you got the Carolina Panthers taking on the Detroit Lions. And basically, the Carolina Panthers have figured out the way to beat the Lions defense. Wait for it. Ed Dixon. I know, shocking. Who would have thought? Old guy, tight end. This guy went for 177 yards and destroyed the Lions. You got 27-24 Panthers. Man. So I don't know if the other team's got Ed Dixon out there, but yeah. The Lions just missed assignment all day on the tight end, and they got blown out. They tried to make a miracle comeback, didn't happen. We move on. Carolina with the win. All right, and then we're going on to the Buffalo Bills taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. And this is the team, I was kind of shocked by this game because you've heard me all year rooting for these Bills defense is really impressive. And they actually were put on because Mr. A.J. Green got a whole lot of yak on them. No, not that yak, like yards after carry. You know, the guy went for a 77-yard touchdown. What do you have? He was just all over the place. You got the Bengals 20, the Bills 16. I'm impressed. Bengals looked lost first 3 games, came back strong. Now, the Bills did have lost all their wide receivers and their tight ends, so, I mean, they are missing a lot of pieces, but we'll see what happens going on with that. Moving on to the next game. Then you got the New York Jets taking on the Cleveland Browns. And I think we got a new king of New York. Damn. 17-14 Jets. It wasn't pretty, but they won. Browns are 0-5 again and not looking good. Deshaun Kaiser bench. Whew. It's going to be another long year in Cleveland. But I must admit, Mr. First Round pick Myles Garrett looked pretty impressive with 2 sacks to start the season, so got to give him that. All right, let's go on to the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Indianapolis Colts. This game had its own controversy on some other silly levels, but this game was basically won by the old guys. See, this is where you need to get your information from, Tampa Bay. They still hold on to Adam Vinatieri, who basically wins the game for them, 26-23 Colts. Mr. Vinatieri hitting every field goal under the sun. Old guys are back. Yes. And man, the Niners, I don't know. They're fighting with the Browns for those quarterbacks at the top. The good thing there's a couple of them coming out of college, so we'll see how the rest of this season goes for them. And moving on now to the Tennessee Titans taking on the Miami Dolphins. Let's talk about this game. All right. Yeah, that's pretty much nothing going on in this game. 16-10 Dolphins. No Mariota. This game was pretty boring. Jay Cutler looked horrible. And we move on to the next game. Yeah, nothing fun to say about that. All right. Now let's go to this game where you have a curious case of 2 0-4 teams. You got the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the New York Giants. And it started off slow, and then the game got super competitive. 27-22 Chargers. They figured it out. They got rid of their kicker who couldn't make a field goal. They went and got one of those old guys, Nick Novak, who they used to have back in the day. So you see that. Old guys winning. And they go and win the game because Novak can hit field goals. Bad part for Eli, though, is he lost every single receiver. Sterling Shepard went down. Brandon Marshall went down. Odell Beckham went down. Beckham's out for the year. Marshall's out for the year. Shepard's only got a high ankle sprain. Eli's running out of weapons, and the Giants are 0-5. Not looking good. All right. Let's move on to another game now. We got the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. And this game was over before it started. The Cardinals showed up, and then they left the field because the Eagles housed them. 34-7. Woo! That was a huge game. That was ugly. Carson Wentz destroyed them. Cardinals look old and lost. Carson Palmer, see, it might be the age of the old kicker, but I don't know about the old quarterback, Mr. Palmer. Well, he lost a lot of things, but there is some breaking news that'll be coming with that. The Arizona Cardinals have now acquired Mr. Adrian Peterson from the New Orleans Saints, so that's looking pretty nice. They got to get the replacement for David Johnson they lost basically for the whole season, so we'll see how that works going forward. All right, let's move on now. And after that, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And the thing we learned from this game is that Jaguar defense is for real. 30-9 Jacksonville. 2 INTs to the house. I'm impressed. Blake Bortles can mess up a lot, but that Jags D is finally made. See, Tom Coughlin jumped left and went back to Jacksonville and has created a monster D. Very impressive. And this game was at home and Roethlisberger looked lost. So, look out for them Jags. Next, we move to the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Oakland Raiders. Now, this is the Carless Raiders, so this game went pretty much what you thought. 30-17 Ravens. Ravens were all up in them, 21-0 before it even turned around. This game was pretty ugly. One beautiful pass from E.J. Manuel to Michael Crabtree. Pretty much everything else was just lost in translation. Hopefully Carr comes back soon. Moving on. And then you got the battle down here. You got the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Could have went a whole lot of ways. 16-10 Seahawks. Rams had every opportunity to win this game. Todd Gurley fumbles early in the game. A couple of bad INTs. A dropped pass by Cooper Kupp in the end zone to win it. Rams just didn't pull it out. Good young team. Still got a lot of work to go. So that Seahawks defense is still no joke, folks. And then basically what they call the game of the week. You got the Green Bay Packers taking on the Dallas Cowboys. And I must agree, it was the best game of the week. 35-31 Packers. And all I can say is we're living in a Rodgers world, and sometimes it drives me crazy. That man is so excellent. Do never give this man the ball with a minute left or 30 seconds left. It's just a bad idea. Cowboys should have held the clock more. They gave Rodgers the ball back, and it was done diddy from that point forward. Keep on doing what you do, Mr. Rodgers. Belt. And we got the night game of the week. Well, we got the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Houston Texans. And expect some big things from this game. But let me tell you, that Chiefs defense and team is for real. 42-34 Chiefs. Now that sounds like the Texans got a lot of points on them, but that was way late in garbage time after they were getting blown out. Chiefs have an offense built that no one can stop. So they got weapons everywhere, and the defense for real. Alex Smith looks the best he's ever looked in his career. Man, the Texans went and lost J.J. Watt for the season in this game. That sunk. A lot of injuries running around out there, folks. Stay healthy. Wrap your superstars in bubble wrap during the week and get them ready for Sunday. And then we got the Monday night game of the week. Well, we got the Chicago Bears taking on the Minnesota Vikings. And this was a pretty ugly game. The only thing good coming out of this game was all of us sitting around for halftime waiting on for that last Jedi trailer. Because I must say that was the best thing that happened in the first half. It was 3-2 at halftime. The greatness happened. I know I turned it off. Baseball came on later, and everybody was watching that. That was more important. But the Minnesota Vikings pulled out 20-17 over the Chicago Bears. It was pretty ugly. Well, short week this week, guys. People on bye. Didn't have the correspondents out this week. They were occupied with some other events, but it's all good. They'll be back. I'd like to thank you for joining me on this Four Corners of the Galley special presentation of Sports and Jackets NFL Recap Week 5. I'm PBO. I'll see you next week, guys. Good night, Ted.